Hi everyone, I am Sari Paswan and thanks for joining SecJustCon, and we are going to talk about the human layer. Why culture and not technology remains the strongest security control. So here's something I've come to believe after years in this work, and that is most of what we call cybersecurity isn't really about computers or technology. It's about people. The firewall almost never fails. What fails is a human moment. A tap, a click, a sure, this sounds fine kind of thing. So for next few minutes, I want to walk you through how attackers actually win, why awareness alone isn't saving us, and one thing each of you can do tonight that matters more than any tool. So we are going to learn all of that through this presentation today. Moving on, so let's start with phase one. Why are we losing? Um, we are losing not because the technology is bad. It's never been better, to be honest. The tools are smarter, the budgets are bigger, the vendors are louder than ever. But we are losing because we keep treating a human problem like a technical one. And let me show you what I mean here. So imagine this lands on your phone right now. A message from, let's say, Metrobank. It says unusual sign in, 10 minutes to verify your account logs. And you tap. The page looks right. The logo, the colors, padlock, everything is perfect. You type your password, half watching, half thinking about your meetings tomorrow, about the dinner you're going to have, or things like that. And you hit submit. Mm, you go to bed. You don't think about it again until, let's say, Friday morning, when your card gets declined and your bank calls you about a wire transfer to another country. So here's the thing, you're not stupid, you're not careless, you are a person who made the same call almost any of us would have made. That's social engineering today. And here's what's actually happening in that text. There are four moves, all working at once. There's a lookalike link. So it's, let's say, metrobanksecurelogin.com instead of metrobank.com. Looks fine at a glance, but it's not the real domain. The brain reads the bank name and it reads logging and stops looking for other red flags. Then there is manufactured urgency. It says 10 minutes. That's not arbitrary. It's the precise window that pushes your brain from think to act. Long enough to feel solvable, but short enough to skip the careful read. And then there is trusted brand. That's your bank. It could be Amazon, it could be UPS, FedEx, it could be anything that you use digital transactions for. The names you already feel something about. Attackers don't pick brands at random. They pick the ones that make your shoulders drop a little when you see them. And a one tap trap. The page on the other end is perfect copy. Same logo, same colors, same little padlock. So you type your password and it's gone. Not compromise later, it's just gone in second between enter and submit. So each of these is a small technique, but together they are a system. They're a pipeline designed to move you from seeing to tapping without ever stopping at a very important critical phase of thinking. So you just see and you tap it. You don't see, think, and tap it. And it works. It works on trained people, it works on tech people, it works on everybody every single day. Moving on, uh, so for so many years we have been asking the wrong question, and the question was, why did they click? Um, Go back to that text from Metrobank for a second, and when the email lands, you tap, you go to bread, then after a few days, your card is declined. Now, between the tap and that moment between you receive the text and you tap, there were maybe like 90 seconds, 90 seconds where you almost felt it, where something whispered like, wait, are you sure you want to do this? Uh, so where if you would message to one person, your partner in the next room, or your friend who works in tech, or even yourself in the notes app, someone might have said, don't do it. But you did not do it. You did not message anyone. Not because you did not care, but because asking felt heavier than hoping, maybe. So the wrong question is why did they click? The right question is why didn't they say anything in those 90 seconds? Why didn't they tell anyone? Now that's the part we control. That's the defense we have in our hand. Now I'll tell you what I got wrong for years. I thought the answer was more training, better policy, sharper phishing simulations, a nicer UI on annual security module, and then I started watching what actually happens in real organizations and real families, and I noticed something uncomfortable. So, smart, trained people sit on incidents for days, not because they did not recognize it was bad, they did. They sat on it because reporting felt worse on it than ignoring. That's not a knowledge problem, that's a culture problem that we're talking about. So here's the thing, we already have the tools. We have multi factor authentication, we have spam filters, we have password managers, we have antivirus. The tech industry has spent 30 years and billions of dollars building this stack, and honestly, it works most of the time. But, but, MFA only works if you're awake enough to read the prompt before tapping approve. Half of us approve on muscle memory now. The buzz, the tap, back to the show. Spam filters work great for emails. They don't see text that comes straight to your phone. The ones with no preview, no subject line, no time to think. And password managers, they're brilliant. Until someone's watching over your shoulder at a coffee shop, or until you're tired and just type the password manually because it's faster. And antivirus can see you typing your real password into a perfect copy of a real website. As far as it's concerned, you are just typing. Now notice the pattern. Every single tool, every one of them has a moment where it hands the decision back to the human. And that human is you. You may be tired, your brain might not be functioning at that moment, or that human could be your mom, your coworker, your friend, your child, or someone who is going to maybe call you for help. So the tools are good, but they are just not enough. It comes to your awareness, your functioning, and your own defense. Your reflexes should be right. So let's understand what are we actually missing. I want to give you a way to think about what's actually happening between an attacker sending a message and someone telling someone else about it, because that is where the gap is and everything important. Here's a trap a lot of us fall into. The math feels solid. Nothing bad has happened to me. Nobody I know talks about getting scammed. So we are all fine. But that math is wrong. It feels right. It feels like reasonable inference, but there's a hidden variable, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. The real equation is not nothing happens, nobody talks, everyone is safe. The real equation is nothing gets talked about because everyone is quietly hoping that nobody noticed. The family group chat where nobody shares the time they almost wired money to fake landlord. That's not a safe family. That's a quiet one. The team Slack where nobody mentions the phishing email they clicked last month. Not a vigilant team, just a quiet one. The friend who's been weirdly stressed about money lately and won't say why. Maybe nothing. Maybe they got hit and they're too embarrassed to tell anyone. So, silence is not safety. Silence is just silence. And the difference between safe circle and a quiet one is whether the people in it would actually tell each other when something went wrong. And that is the thing we're trying to fix here. So here's a framework to think about it. A way to slow down what happens in those 90 seconds between the message arrives and something bad happens. I call it the human led threat model. Threat models are not new. Security teams build them all the time for networks, for applications, for cloud systems. You map out where an attacker could get in, what they would touch, and where you would catch them. What we almost never do is build one for people. For the moment a fish lands in your inbox, and for the moment your mom looks at her phone, for the moment your coworker hovers a link and isn't quite sure, that's the gap this threat model fills. It breaks apart what feels like single moment I got fished into actual sequence of small decisions underneath. Did you see it? Did you feel real? Did you trust it? Did you click? And the one almost everyone forgets, did you tell anyone? Five small decisions, each one is a place where things can go wrong, and more importantly, each one is a place where you have a leverage. Let me show you what that looks like. Before I show you the model, I want you to hold four questions in your head. Just four. We'll come back through the rest of the talk. So, the number one is, did I see it? Do you see it? Sometimes the message just slides past us late at night, in between meetings, on a 5-inch screen with 1 bar of patience left. Half the time, the danger is not that we are ignoring a warning, it is that we never really saw one. Next is, did you believe it? Did it feel real? Even when we do see it, our gut decides in milliseconds. Before our brain has a chance to react or to weigh in. Looks like a bank, looks like Chase, Wells Fargo, sounds like bank, must be bank. That feeling, real or not real, happens faster than you thought. The next is, do you act? Do you trust it? Do you verify? This is where the time pressure wins. 10 minutes to verify, your account locks in 5 minutes, your boss needs this right now kind of things. Trust is fast. Verifying takes effort. Attackers know exactly which one you'll pick when you're tired. And the last one, the one that I care about the most, is, do you tell? Did you tell anybody? Because everything else can go wrong and you can still come out fine if someone hears about it in time. The first three are personal. The fourth one is the only one that pulls maybe other people in. So we are going to come back to that one a lot. For now, hold on. All four in your head. Did I see it? Did I believe it? Did I act? And did I tell? That's the model. Moving on. So here are the five stages. Perception is, did they see it? Interpretation is, did it feel real? Decision is, did you trust and verify? And action is, click it or close it. And telling is, did they tell someone? Was it reported? Was it fast enough? So every scam, every fake, every weird message you have ever received, they all go through these five stages. The bank email, the bank message that we saw earlier, five stages. The deep fake voice call that you might get in like next few weeks, five stages. The LinkedIn message from recruiter who isn't really a recruiter, five stages. It's not just the attack that goes through them. Um, every defense also goes through them. So every time you didn't fall for something, you walked through these five stages, usually without noticing. And one of them got it. Now, notice telling is highlighted. The other four are muted green. So telling is uh, important. The first four happen inside your head. They're private, they're fast, they're shaped by how tired you are, how distracted you are, how good the attacker is. But telling is the only one that leaves your head, your private space, the only one that pulls other person in, the only one that turns something bad almost happened to me into something bad almost happened. And now we both know it. So that's why it's highlighted. The only stage where help is possible. It could be from customer care, it could be from a friend, it could be from a tech associate, it could be from your help desk, your security team, anybody. And as we'll see in a minute, it's the stage almost everyone fails at. So attackers attack every single stage. Stage 1, they make the page polished, professional. Stage 2, they create like a lookalike link, lookalike domain. They write the names of brand you trust. They copy the logos, the color schemes, everything. Stage 3, act in 10 minutes. They press the urgency. They pull the psychological trigger of curiosity, urgency, and things like that. And stage 4, you type your password. You take the action. You go to that link. You click on the attachment. So you act on it. Stages 1 through 4, that's their turf, their area. They've spent years optimizing it. You will not outdesign them on those regularly. But stage 5, telling someone, reporting the incident, is yours. That's the only stage where you have full control. And here's why this matters more right now than ever. Because with everything going on, with AI becoming like so authoritative, agentic, everyone using it. So AI has just changed every stage at once. The fake page now looks identical to the real one. The voice on the phone, it could be your boss, your kid, your bank. The video call created by deepfake is just a lookalike of somebody you love. Um, the lookalike link is generated in seconds at scale in your language with your local references also. So everything that used to be a tell is gone. That was a red flag is not detected anymore. Bad grammar, weird formatting, generic greetings, they're all fixed by AI. What hasn't changed is the stage 5. Uh, and that's one thing AI cannot fake, maybe your relationships. So, AI is the ultimate tech fix and it will fail for the same reason every tech fix has. The model only sees what people decide to tell it. And a quick reality check, if someone you love almost fell for a scam an hour ago, would you know it? Probably not, and neither would anybody else. That's the gap we are trying to close. So, what to do? What do we need to do? Do we need more tools? Do we need to install more applications? Let's see. To answer that question, let me show you what this looks like when it goes wrong. Not hypothetically, real scenarios, two people, same call, same day. The phone rings, caller ID says it's the bank. The voice on the other end is calm, professional. They know the last four digits of the card. They say the words designed to skip past the thinking part of your brain. And they say things like, someone is wiring money out of your account right now. To protect it, we need to move your funds to a secure holding account. Now look at the left side. This is person A who is following the caller's instruction. Their phone rings, they see the caller ID, they hear the agent's voice, they understand that the agent knows the last four of their card also, so maybe it's an authorized agent. So they ask the agent asks them to move the funds to safe account and they transfer the $80,000 into another account. And that could be the scammer's account. And then the last line seals it. They say that don't tell anyone. This is an active investigation. We're investigating the fraud. And by the time the real bank reaches this person 2 days later, the money is already in another country, in another account, and it's not recoverable. And what is the outcome? $80,000 were gone. Now look at the right side. It's the same call, same caller ID, same urgent voice and same script. But 2 minutes in the call, this person B says these five words. He says, "Let me call you back." And he hangs up, flips his credit card over, dials the customer care number printed on the back of the card, and 4 minutes after the scam's call started, the real bank has confirmed that there was no wire attempt, flagged the number, placed the fraud alert on that number, and is sending a new card to this person B. So the outcome is nothing is lost, and this person was protected in 4 minutes. Same call, same person, almost same intelligence, same job, same level of street smarts. The only difference between losing $80,000 and losing zero is one decision that was made in first 2 minutes of the call. And that was hanging up, calling back on the authorized number, authorized party that the scammer does not control. And here's the thing that I want everyone to sit with. Like, this person A here is not gullible or confused or naive. This person is calm, capable, smart, and following what feels like good advice from what sounds like a real authority figure. The scams are always engineered specifically to make smart people behave this way. Fear plus urgency plus a confident voice plus a don't tell anyone. Last year in 2025, people over 60 lost 400 and $45 million to impersonation scams of more than $100,000 each. That number was 55 million in 2020, 8 times more in 5 years. This is not a fringe problem. This is happening right now. This could be happening right now to somebody's family, somebody's friend somewhere. So here's the line I want you to remember. The scammer needs you to stay on the line, but customer care needs you to hang up. And that's true in all the situations. That's the whole difference. Not technology, not training, a 4 seconds decisions to end the call and dial a number that attacker cannot touch. So that's the price you pay for not making that one call or not taking that one decision. But wait, that's easier said than done always. So, um, so don't think that you don't want to bother people. You bothering them is them being useful. Let them be useful. These authoritative calls, the customer cares, they are sitting to help you. So let them be useful. Don't think that you'll feel stupid if you're wrong. So you'll feel worse if you're right and stayed quiet. So ask anyway. And don't think that you're not technical enough because attackers don't target the technical, they target the trusted. So the cost of asking is small, the cost of not asking is everything. So I want you to stop investing in more apps and start investing in better habits. Create that awareness, build better habits. So apps tell you when something's already wrong. Habits stop the wrong thing from happening in the first place. So only one of those scales everywhere, in every organization, in every family. So work on building better habits. And what are those habits? So there are 4 habits. Build them into your week. They cost nothing. So every day, daily, pause before you tap anything urgent. Urgent is a lure. 30 seconds breaks the spell. Also, every day, verify out of band when something feels off. If a voice or video feels wrong, hang up and call back on a number you already know. AI can fake your boss, it can fake your kid, it can fake your family, it cannot fake the number in your phone. So just verify before you trust. Then every week, weekly, tell someone when you almost fell for it. Be it in your family group chats, be it in your friends, your best friend. Uh, Near miss is everybody else's warning. Then always believe people when they ask. No mockery. No, how did you not see that? If you make asking cost something, no one will ask you again. So um, believe in people when they ask. So, one more thing before we close. You don't need a title to lead. You don't need to work in security or IT or in technology. You don't need a certification. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. What you need is what this entire talk has been about. It is treating cybersecurity awareness as a life skill. We teach our kids to look both ways before crossing the street. We teach them to not talk to the strangers. We teach them to wash their hands. That's like basic hygiene. None of those are technical skills. They are human ones. They're passed down. They're practiced. They're modeled. And this is the same. So, knowing how to pause before you click, knowing how to verify before you trust, knowing how to ask without shame and answer without judgment, these are not IT skills. These are not typical security skills. They are life skills. As basic as reading a label on a medicine bottle, as basic as locking the front door. And like every life skill, they don't spread through training programs, they spread through people. The parent who shows their kids how to check a link instead of saying don't click. The friend who replies send it to me in 3 seconds, no lecture, no site. The coworker who shares their own near miss first so the next person feels safe to share theirs. That's not leadership because of a title. That's leadership because someone is watching and learning. And one day will do the same for someone else. So every person in this room is going to get asked this week, maybe today. The question is, what life skill will you pass on? And through all of this, there's been one quiet idea underneath. The strongest control in security is not a tool, it's you. Your awareness, your pause, your willingness to ask, your willingness to get asked, the 4 seconds it takes to flip the credit card over and dial the real number, the text you send to a friend who will never make you feel small for asking. We have spent so many years building better firewalls, better filters, better tools, better applications, better softwares, and the firewalls work, the filters work, the tools work, but none of them work in the moment that actually matters. The moment between something feels off and what do I do, that moment is human. And it has always been, and it will always be human. And no amount of technology will ever take it from us. So, here's what I want you to take from tonight: be someone's safe person. R- Treat cybersecurity as your life skill. Be cyber aware, be threat aware, um, and it's very easy to ask. It's easy to verify. It's easy to admit you almost fell for it. It's easy to hear someone else say, "I think I just did something dumb," without making them feel dumb. That's the human layer, and that's the strongest control. It's not a tool. It's you. So, with that, we would end our presentation. Thank you all for joining.